There are many who cannot handle that intro.
I'm not sure. I mean, should I check this box or consult with the nearest notary? It's hard to know.
And I believe... Oh, are we off? Yep, we're off! Now, as an Ambrosia seed, we will be starting in standard format, so basically we will be doing the escape. And the boots are in the light world, which means they're likely in the overworld somewhere. That means it could be just about anywhere. Have fun!
Hopefully not in, the lumberjack check or similar.
Bad. All right, we did get an early map check there. It looks like Crystal Tower of Hera, but both pendant. I think it was green pendant at Eastern, but at the very least, I saw red pendant at Desert.
Green at Eastern? I mean, is this it? Sounding pretty vanilla right now.
Yeah, I know, right? If it wasn't for the Crystal at Hera, I'd almost ask if this was even randomized. But no, we definitely have a random seed here. Not much from Uncle himself. We're checking the chest. Ooh, early Master Sword. That is always a nice start.
Oh my, that is... Yeah, jeez.
Oh, for some of our runners, that may be something they don't want to see, considering what that could potentially lead to.
Yes, the so when when we're looking at these seeds, we don't actively wish punishment on our runners, but at the same time, we do kind of look for a nice, pleasurably long seed for maximum entertainment. And, that early Master Sword in Light World, possibly leading us towards Aga 1, you like to see it.
Absolutely. And now we're starting our escape run there. Not finding much early on, unfortunately. So I believe that's a Dark Zora there on Adalor's side. We've got Frock from Chrono Trigger for the Goblin, Logic playing as Zero Suit Samus, and Professor Renderer as the Hat Kid from A Hat in Time.
Yeah, we have some excellent sprites going on tonight.
Always love when our runners mix things up with the character sprites. We got a... Ooh! Anyone up for a fetch quest?
So that early mushroom, see if maybe that Kana Samaria decides to pop up between here and Kakariko Village.
Indeed. Now, if we do not find the lamp here soon, we should note that for a standard mode randomizer, they will have a light cone in the dark sewers to help them get through logically. That is the only time they will have a light cone until they get the lamp, but that is something that we use just on the off chance they don't have one by this point, which, considering we just found the map at the Zelda's treasure chest, yeah, I think it's safe to say we're going to have to use the safety cone. All right, yep. Now looks Adalor's gonna be the first one to make his way up the stairs, though Goblin and Professor Render are right behind.
Yeah, it looks like most of our runners are going for the sort of standard opening layout here. See who gets the sub. It's a sub 5 for sub 5 or sub 6. Sub 6, thank you. So, Shades, what do you like to see in a rando scene? Like, what's your personal favorite sort of weird logical choice, item locked behind another item, whatever it is that you like to see in a seed?
Honestly, for me, I want to see the longest chain of side quests possible. You know, like something on like a shovel on pedestal leads to powder. Powder leads to, we'll say, boots that leads to mushroom in King's Tomb. Just a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
So you would say that you're a fetch quest fan overall?
Oh yeah, because it you know, it's one of those things that a lot of runners don't want to do. I've seen a lot of runners put off fetch quests, and I like to, I don't want to see them suffer, but I want them to think, you know, it's one of those things you need to think about. And some runners just don't consider it, and that's really the test of the mettle of a true rando runner. It's whether or not they can read the seed. The seed is telling them to go a certain way. Do they follow it? If they do, it usually, not always, but usually serves them well. Anyway, all of our runners are now heading to the back end. Unfortunately, we have not found any bomb drops. It looks like bombs are not going to be part of the... Oh, never mind. As soon as I say that, Adalor finds one. We're going to be seeing the back of Escape here.
Yeah, the relief Adalor must be feeling right now. Literally, the last enemy killed had that single bomb.
Indeed, so he'll be able to get all the items, though there's nothing back there anyway, so it's not a huge loss. Wouldn't be a huge loss for the Gob one, since he did not get a bomb.
But, you know, it is that that sense of relief and knowledge that you do not have to come back here later on.
It's true. The Gob one will be the first one to finish up the escape. Gonna see what's in the last chest there. Just a little bit of love. Now we enter Hyrule proper, and the race will truly begin.
Yeah, so we've got a Master Sword for all of our runners, a Mushroom, a bit of a distant check. Have to see how our runners go, see who maybe goes up to check Lumberjack, find out how our AGA 1 requirement works out. Looks like we've got the Gob 1 is heading into Lost Woods immediately, followed swiftly by Adalor.
Yeah, it is interesting that a lot of our runners are going straight to the Lost Woods, skipping the Lumberjack check. They must really feel confident that they do. It may be because they figure the AGA might already be in play, as we see 50 rupees over there in the mushroom spot. Maybe they've already considered the fact that they're going to have to do AGA anyway, so they might as well check it later. Who knows?
Yeah, that early Master Sword can be. It's a bit of a burden to hold with you. You know, it's a nice offensive boost, but at the same time, it does indicate certain unsettling things about seed logic.
Indeed, we're not finding anything in the Lost Woods to of note. Finding a lot of resources early on. Now, rupee is not a bad thing to find. And actually, I think I might have been wrong. It was actually, I had to double check that. Can someone verify with me? I think that might have been blue pendant at Eastern. I know it was a pendant for sure. Yep, that's a blue pendant. So that was my mistake. And with that, Gob one to be the first one to head into Blind's Hut in Kakariko Village. This is the early hotspot. Between this and the well, there are like 10 items just in these two locations alone, not to mention the rest of Kakariko. So if you're going to find something, this is likely where it's going to be. Let's see what we start off with here. Oh, early hammer!
Oh, my God.
Oh, that actually is something you want to see early on. That limits your the risk of AGA runs. Since that is one more step towards Dark World access, they need a glove and a moon pearl to complete the set. Fortunately, that's really all we found in there.
Indeed, and also our hammer giving us full access when we get to Dark World to dungeons such as Thieves Town, giving access to areas in Swamp Palace, Palace of Darkness. Excellent find early on.
Absolutely. And we got
early
tempered sword in the well. What is going on here?
So our hammer is officially simply an item for the sake of when you need hammer. And there's a blue mail. All right.
Well, I wouldn't say loaded, but it's definitely giving away some good stuff here today. Early tempered sword and early blue mail. We're going to see what the bottle vendors got. Just a little bit of love there.
Yeah, you literally could not ask for more balanced layout of offensive and defensive power in a seed.
No, indeed not. I think the only thing that would be better is if we end up finding both Butter Sword and Red Mail at the same time, but I'm not holding my breath for that. There's our Power Glove.
It's so bad right there.
Again, another wave of relief coming over our runners, knowing that that Aga run may not be required. We're going to check the back of the tavern now. Not much there, just some more bombs. We're going to refill our stocks a little bit. That's it for Kakariko, at least as far as the main part of it. We still got, of course, the library and the race game to check out. Now, one thing I will say about the race game is I always prefer when runners just go for it. Even if there's nothing there, you're going to waste nearly as much time as you would checking it. And if there is something there, if you're just checking it, you're going to have to come back later. Nothing much on the library shelf. So I really think it's better to just go ahead and go for it. You're not going to lose that much time if there's nothing there. And it seems Godwoman is not going to take my advice. He's going to check.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally prefer it, and it looks like there's just a shield on the race game, so most of our runners will not be grabbing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure even Adalor will probably save and quit out before he gets to the shield itself. No, none of our runners like the shields, let's be honest here. I mean, yeah, if you can get, even if you do get the mirror shield, it's laggy as heck, and quite frankly, not worth the benefits it comes with.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we see the Goblin is heading on into the back of Escape. Again, we only had, I believe, Adalor was the only one who got that bomb drop. It was the only
I believe
one
there was at least one other runner that did get to the back of Escape. I think it was either Logic or Render. One of them did get it, so. Because I remember seeing one of them go for it. But in the meantime, Adalor is going to be heading over to the dam, starting his South Shore run. And it looks like Render and Goblin in sync, doing the same thing.
Look at that gorgeous high five. Oh, and then they run off.
Never mind. They split off. Goblin going to Eastern. He's going to go check Sir Hassela's closet. There's 3 items over there. Certainly not a bad call. So we're going to see on Adalor's side what the damned drain was hiding in its lake. Let's see. Oh, nothing but money.
Big 20.
A little extra. Yeah, big 20 is not too bad. We still need to save up for Zora, so it's not a complete waste.
Yeah, it makes sense for Adalor to grab that, since it looks like Adalor is going to be heading straight on to Mini Moldworm, probably Ice Cave, and then doing some fake flipper shenanigans and heading up to Zora if possible.
Yep, that's definitely a very possible situation there. These typical South Shore Sphere Zero route. Thankfully, with a full health and tempered sword, able to get past those mini Moldworms with no trouble at all. Let's see what we got back here. More money. Ooh, we got mirror. That's nice. And lamp.
Oh!
And a moon pearl.
Okay. So, how could you not want a fake flipper here unless you're going to go do a catfish into Zora?
Right. Also, shout out to everyone from Speed Gaming 3 who just joined us here, all 75 of you. Thank you for joining us. We're just at the start of our Ambrosia seed here on Link Pass Randomizer. Already off to a really interesting start here so far, and I think Professor Render, is he going to Agina's cave? Wow, that's a check you wouldn't expect this early on.
This is a check I like, even if it doesn't yield anything, because it's one of those things where it never matters until it is critical to clearing the entire seed.
I have seen so many seeds where people skip out on Agina's cave, one person checks it, and it ends up having the item that you absolutely are looking for, and everyone else ends up last locationing it. So, very good there. Nothing in the Ice Rod Cave. And it looks like, yeah, he's heading back out, so I think you were on the money there. He's about to go do some fake flips. Though he might want to work to save up a little bit more money. He's got 463 rupees right now. He needs 500. He may be counting on the Waterfall of Wishing having that last little bit of money he needs, but that's a bit of a gamble there.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, at least even if it doesn't pan out from a rupee perspective, Adalor is still going to get that. Oh, is actually going to skip Hobo and Lake Hylia checks, sprinting straight towards that Waterfall Ferry. Indeed.
Meanwhile, Logic down there actually going ahead and turning in their mushroom. a little surprised by this because there's still the possibility that they may consider fake powdering, but nonetheless, gonna go ahead and check the mushroom and only gets money. Oh, excuse me, my friend Phantom Ryu just called. He said that's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane.
It's an excellent invocation of Ryu right there. Wow, what a healthy red item seed for Adalor right now.
Indeed. I did not see what was on the Zora ledge there, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I also did not catch that. But I think
Adalor, check your rupee count. You're not there yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Adalor, do you think you're playing crowd control and you can beg for rupees here? I mean...
Also, Jinxie Girl confirms our tracker saying that it was just 20 rupees up on there. You know, the money he needs right now.
All right, so we've got so the Goblin heading into our excellent mini Moldorm cave, which has become the hype cave in the seed. I mean, we'll see if hype cave is better somehow, but that's a poof. Oh, that's a hard pitch.
Indeed it is. Though we do, with early Dark World access, there's a very good possibility that we could find a good ton of items there, though. Oh, we got a Dark World check here. Green Pendant at Skull Woods, Crystal 5 at Swamp, Crystal 6 at Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that is, that's a interesting choice there.
It looks like Adalor is going to make the early run up towards Death Mountain here. Now, this is in logic since we do have the lamp. Oh, we got our hype cape check. Let's see, Professor Render there. Oh, that's not a good sign. Early single rupee. Let's see what else we find in there. Nothing. Bombs, more bombs. Blue rupee and more bombs. This cave brought to you by Blue Things. And yeah, that's a 0 out of 10. That is a trash cave.
Yes, Blue Things. Please. Be bluer.
And did anyone else see what was at what the old man gave up the mountain? I missed that.
It was some rupees, I believe. Nothing interesting.
Okay, fair enough. So much going on at once with 4 runners going on at the same time. It is very easy to lose track.
Yeah, absolutely. I love seeing all this early divergence. A lot of seeds. You do see a couple of runners doing the same things, but here we have everybody going in every single possible direction. Shout out to our trackers, able to keep their eyes on all this stuff. It is never easy to track this stuff when the runners are starting to go off in every which way direction.
And just a shield on Spectacle Rock, 20 rupees in the cave. We finally got to see what the hobos got. Pow, there's the other single rupee. And the final arrow in the mirror cave.
Ah, the artisanal needle.
Yeah. Oh, this seems to be trolling today.
And another abandoned shield on
I mentioned that.
Spectre Rock.
So we're gonna have an early first run in Tower of Hera there. Compass on the bottom, not what he wants to see. We got Cape on the floating on Lake Hylia Island. We might consider that later, depending on what's on Bumper Cave, but otherwise, not sure there. Also, Digging Game from Professor Renderer.
Well, also, that cape might be our Spike Cave access. We still have no bottles, no Cane of Burna. So, theoretically, no Spike Cave logical access at this time.
And yeah, it looks like the Digging Game just basically giving you a ripoff there because you pay I forget how many rupees you pay for the Digging Game, but you're only getting 5 back.
All right, so while we're waiting here, we got Adalor sitting in Tower of Hera basement. We got Gob 1. Actually, do you think, I mean, I'm a fan of Arrested Development, but I don't want to project here. But do you think that's the Gob 1 or the Job 1?
Yeah, we'll have to ask him later. Right, now we're going to see what's on Zora. Life lesson, love lesson, or value. What's those 500 rupees worth?
Oh!
Life lesson. It's a scam.
So that is a Job move right there. But yeah, so if I could throw out some theories here, one of my personal favorite things to see is we've got a crystal ice palace. We have unknown pendants, which we will need at least one of. I personally am a huge fan of the fire rod locked behind a Bombos ice palace. So
Ooh.
it is the last time I called the seed that happened. So we'll see if it happens again this time.
All right. Meanwhile, looks like Adalor heading up to the top of Tower of Hera. There's the map. So the big chest and Moldorm himself are both carrying items. Not what you want to see. Both very tricky to get to, but he's going to get through. Finds 20 rupees.
Oof.
We also see Lumberjack. Nothing there either.
Well, that lumberjack check, reassuring for the unknown one at this time. Logic about to find out the extremely disappointing blue-dominated hype cave.
Yep. And Adalor now taking on Trolldorm.
Yeah, that tempered sword, blue mail. There it goes, like blinking.
Very easy fight there. No trouble. And what does he drop for us?
Oh,
100 rupees. More money.
Little cash, first crystal. There you go, Adalor.
And remember, as an Ambrosia seed, Moldorm was guaranteed to have a non-dungeon item. That is how this seed works. So he was guaranteed that, but he was probably hoping that there was nothing in the big chest. Sadly, that did not pay off. So what is next for our runners here? We got a lot of locations left to check. I don't think we've seen anyone run into Village of Outcasts yet. And we still got a few other one-off checks we haven't checked yet, so we'll see which way our runners go from here. Meanwhile, it looks like Adalor heading over into the Spiral Cave. Since we have not found our boots yet, get your resident sleepers in chat, because we're going the slow way.
Yeah, that's correct. So we've got Adalor is doing Dark Death Mountain checks here. In the meantime, we've got Logic running through some overworld mirror checks. One of the benefits of that early mirror.
Indeed. All right, let's see what the Spiral Cave does for us here. Just a little bit of love. And to answer a question in chat, let me see. 1, 2, 3. Got about 12 runners in our race today. All right, so next up for Adalor is the Paradox Cave. This is the other possible big hotspot for items. We've got a total of 7 items in this location alone. 2 on the bottom floor, 5 on the top. So once again, if you're going to find something, this is a good place to find it. We got a shovel. So there's another location opened up for him.
Oh, there we got that fetch quest going.
Let's see, more money, more love. Let's see, Swagnet, another heart,
Ooh.
and some literacy. Well,
all right, so that's Desert Palace access. So, how are you feeling about possible progression on Desert?
I'd say it's a decent chance. I mean, we still got quite a few items out in the open right now. It could be anywhere out there. Let's see what's on our floating island. Nope, just more money. So that's out.
Yeah, without a bottle, we can't really do much in the Palace of Darkness without a bow. So, yeah, Desert looking pretty tempting right now.
It's either Desert or Thieves Town are the 2 dungeons we can truly full clear right now. So we'll have to see. Now, Adalor taking the cue. He's like, oh, I just got the book. I'm right here by the Ether Tablet. I'm going to go ahead and check that. You know, get that out of the way now.
Yeah, excellent play.
Wow, what is it? This is a very rich seed.
It's an excellent play, but, you know, just some cash. But, hey, you know, you get that peace of mind. Peace of mind can be invaluable for some of those isolated checks.
Indeed. We've got our Village of Outcasts run here by Logic, not finding anything in the chest game. And a lot of resources here. A lot of garbage. Alright, looks like he's going to head to the brewery next. Renderer now taking down Moldor and getting his 100 rupees and his first crystal.
Some more cash for Logic over there.
Yep, brewery still not paying off. Next stop, well, he's going to open up Thieves Town. He's going to go in first, or is he going to check? He's going to go in. We're going to Thieves Town. Now, good news is we have the hammer. So if we have to check the big chests, we can do so.
Yeah,
and there's your really big key.
Yeah, this is a fully clearable dungeon here. In the meantime, we have Adalor heading into the Dark World as well. Have to see if Adalor is going to also do the Thieves Town dip or is going to head into Skull Woods.
Looks like he's going to Village of Outcast. So he'll be following up on Logic here. Now remember, we know for a fact one item is on blind, so there are 3 items we're on the hunt for outside of that. So far, we haven't found any of them yet, so there's likely going to be something in the back. In fact, and if we find any more dungeon items, it's guaranteed to be in the big chest. And there's the small key. It's all down to this last chest here. All dungeon items in the front.
Oof.
That is rough. Now,
See,
thankfully, as I said earlier, thankfully they already have the hammer, so it's not going to be that bad, but that's still something you don't want.
Yeah, you're not locked out of all the chests, but this is I feel like the perfect example of why certain runners just do not like Ambrosia. It's because you now know that the stuff that you need is locked in the very back of the dungeon, and you're going to have to full clear it, even if it wasn't a required dungeon. Now, luckily, in this case, Thieves Town is a crystal, so our runners were going to have to run through the whole thing anyway, so it's not a big ask to head to the big chest with the hammer, which all of our runners have.
And to be fair, go-moding Thieves Town, not exactly very viable, even if that were the case, because you still have to go upstairs to bomb up the hole, you still have to go downstairs to rescue the maiden, and then you can bring him back to the boss room to fight blind. So you're pretty much doing a full run of this dungeon no matter what. The only thing you'd be leaving out is the big chest at that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just when you see those seeds that don't have the hammer, when you have Thieves Town access, those are the ones where you feel bad about it. And speaking of feeling bad,
Logic taking a death in Thieves Town, not what you want to see.
Logic, that is oof.
But at least it's here and not, say, on the boss fight, so that he can go back and he can still do the proper boss fight script once he gets through. But this gives Adalor a chance to pass him up, as he's already been doing here, as long as he has his health up.
Yeah, there are so many worse places to take that half or 2/3 of the way through the dungeon death. Thieves Town, particularly where Logic died, not that big of a deal. All right, so let's see what we got here. We've got the Gob. I'm gonna actually just say the Job because I like Arrested Development, and we'll sort that out later. The Job 1 heading on towards Village of Outcasts. Renderer, it looked like he was heading there, but has reverted to Sank. I'm interested to see what his plan is here.
Also, we got a little bit of high five action there as Adalor and Logic pass each other up.
Yeah, you love the random high fives in the dungeons there.
Yeah, looks like, Render and Job 1 or Gob 1 are checking out stuff we've already seen. Actually, Job 1 might be heading into Skull Woods, so we are going to be seeing something different here. Now, bear in mind, we don't have Fire Rod, so we cannot full clear Skull Woods, but there are still a good chance for items in there, so it's still worth checking out early on.
Yeah, I have to say, of all of the dungeons, when you don't have the items to complete them, Skullwoods has to be the number one choice of dipping in and just seeing what is lying around there.
Indeed, Adalor finding the Cane of Brian over there on the Maiden's Treasure Chest. To follow up with our other cane that we mentioned earlier, I call that Team Hell No Complete.
Yeah.
Points to anyone who gets that.
So we've got a nice double cane combo giving us a Spike Cave in Logic now, since we still have 0 bottles between our 4 runners.
All right, so Adalor now going to be taking on Blind. Let's see what Blind's pun of the day is going to be today. Weeknight is... I did not get to read the full thing.
Tiny... I don't know. I assume like Tiny Squire or something like that.
Oh, a weeknight is a tiny nobleman.
It's not necessarily historically accurate, but I get what they were going for. But either way, Adalor easily nailing Blind.
Yep. Doesn't matter the strength of your sword, but having anything above fighter sword gives you an extra pixel of length on the sword. It's a small difference, but you'd be amazed how much that extra pixel can help out a fight like this.
All right, and there's Adalor grabbing the second crystal, while only 2 of our other runners even have their first crystal. Logic, it looks like, is finishing up their own blind fight and grabbing their first crystal as well.
Indeed, it looks like Job 1 finishing up in Skull Woods for now. Gonna have to leave the rest of it behind. Though, then again, it is a pendant dungeon, so they figure just grab the items and go. The only item they can't get is the one that Mothula's hiding. But that's it for now.
Yeah, we know that Fire Rod is going to be required at some point in the seed, given that Turtle Rock is a crystal itself. So, if it pops up and is conveniently routed, maybe there might be a Fire Rod Skullwoods dip at another point. But meantime, Job giving us the intel of our first visual bottle on Bumper Ledge.
Indeed, so that cape might come in handy. Also, shout out to everyone from Speed Gaming 4 who's joining us in here. We're partway into our Ambrosia Link to the Past randomizer race. And it's already off to an interesting start here so far, ladies and gentlemen. So come join us here. Looks like Job 1's going to be heading up to Graveyard Ledge. See what's hiding up in there.
So based on Job's rupee count, I don't think Job has been to Zora either. So I think this is going to be the full Northern Dark World clear. We're going to be heading from here to Catfish to Zora.
Oh, well, that makes things a little easier. We got flippers.
Speaking of fish, there you go.
He might turn around and come back and pick up that cape, come back and get the bottle. You never know. We'll have to see, but that is a good find there for Joe.
And Logic following right behind Job, about to grab those flippers as well. And all right, so Skull Woods is I'm sorry, looking at the tracker wrong. Swamp Palace is a crystal, and a red crystal at that. So
yeah, but I want to interrupt you with that, because bear in mind they can't full clear Swamp Palace, since they need the hook shot for that, and they're not going to go into there unless they feel that the hook shot is in Swamp Palace.
That is absolutely correct, but it is one of those things, especially with Swamp Palace. You see a lot with racers. They don't want to enter it until they have all the items to full clear it, and there are those unfortunate seeds where the final item to clear the dungeon is in the dungeon itself. So we'll have to see how that shakes out eventually.
Indeed, you're absolutely right on that one, my friend. Job 1 now going to head over to Catfish.
Adelor finding out the disappointments of the blue cave.
the blue trash cave. Professor Ender getting his flippers there for the graveyard ledge, and Logic now heading on his way to Catfish as well. A lot of similar routes going on here. Let's see what this old Catfish has got for us this time.
All right, what do we have? Do we have a flathead here?
And extra defense. We got Red Nail.
You know, it's not ideal, but you love to see it. Speaking as somebody who's terrible at the game.
Trust me, I don't speedrun either. I do it casually. Now, Adelor, he's going to head over to Pyramid Ledge. This is something we have also not seen yet. And actually, I kind of wonder why Joe didn't check this himself, because there could be something here. But we shall see.
I think that Job didn't head down here because you need the hook shot or the flippers.
If he got to Catfish, he can make it to Pyramid Ledge.
It's also curious why he didn't go to Zora. I mean, have we gotten, actually, we might have gotten enough money for Zora twice over.
Well, maybe maybe he's already checked it. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm
Nonetheless,
thinking that Job and Logic both got the Zora money and checked it already, because based on our rupee counts.
Jinxie's confirming that in chat.
Thank you very much, Jinxie. Shout out to our trackers for keeping us honest and informed.
Indeed, shout out to our trackers, Jinxie Girl and Zaruven, for keeping us straight, because Lord knows it is not easy to do all this at once, and the trackers are the unsung heroes of the randomizer community. Always give them some love.
Speaking of things that was not caught, where on earth did Adelor find a bottle?
That's a good question.
Shovel, according to
Dick
chat.
Spot. We didn't see him check Dick Spot, so we've got our first bottle.
Oh, all right. That checks out. You know, that was that was relatively early, and yeah, it seemed like an easy spot for our runners to orphan.
Yeah, but we haven't seen Sick Kid yet, as far as we can tell, so that's still in play. But thank you, trackers, for keeping us going there. We would have missed that completely. Adelor getting his extra defense now. Now it's time for him to find out about the scam.
All right, so let's see. So what are we looking for right now, and what do we have access to that our runners have not seen? I'm seeing we've got a little bit of Desert Palace access with that book.
Here's what I can tell you, because as far as locations we have available, since we're not seeing any new information here, Desert, including Desert Ledge, and don't forget Bombo's tablet, because Adelor and 3 of our runners have the book. Have the literacy. Sick Kid is still in play. We can get the cape off the floating island, or Lake Hylia Island. We still have let me see, and we still have Spike Cave. Spike Cave is in Logic now.
And not to mention, also we have Swamp Palace. A huge chunk of that is in Logic.
Yeah, there are a couple dungeons we can still check. We still do have, a little bit of desert, a little bit of swamp, a little bit of pod. I mean, pod's a risky one, but it can still be done.
Yeah, pod, you can definitely see the instinct not to go all the way into pod, especially without the bow, since it's going to need to be full cleared, although with the bottle, it's a little bit more appealing.
Yeah, they can do the bottle glitch, though. Then again, we want to make sure they have a potion for that, but if they've got one, go for it. Let's see. It looks like Adelor, he's on his way. He's going to check that Bombo's tablet. See what's hiding out in there. He's thinking, because he wants to check all of the overworld Logic spots.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And meanwhile, we've got right side, we have a nice little high five going here.
Almost sync. All right, let's see what Bombos has got for us here. Oh! Ooh! different kind of fire there, but that is certainly welcome. We've got a fire rod.
Oh, I am crushed. That is destroyed my fire rod locked behind Bombos, Wish, and Ice Pal. But hey, you know, this opens up a nice, maybe green pendant diversion in Skullwood.
You're absolutely right there. Skullwoods is now full clearable. That might be something that Adalor will consider. I mean, if you know, not only does it have an item on Mothula, but bear in mind that is green pendant, which means that is another item potential there. And if there is one thing I've learned about Link to the Past randomizers, always check pendant dungeons.
You're right. Like, those isolated pendant checks have come back to bite runners so many times in the past. And again, this is this is like the consummate problem with Ambrosia for a lot of runners, is that you need to kill that final boss to check the items. So it's like Mothula has 2 items.
Yeah, that is something that's what makes Ambrosia particularly evil. So we'll have to see if that plays out. Meanwhile, Adalor go ahead making his run into Desert. Now, the only worry he has is what's on the torch. If the torch has has the big key, he's stuck. But if not, he can at least get through the boss. And remember, there's only 2 items, I believe, in Desert Palace. So if he finds that item ahead of time and doesn't need to, and he gets the big key elsewhere, that torch is dead. Well, there's our big key. That's a good sign. Now all he has to do is hope he finds the item either on here or in the big chest. And then there's a dungeon item, map or compass, on the torch. There it is. That is, you couldn't ask for a better run there.
That is some serious relief right there. Meanwhile, we got a nice high five here. Job 1 and Renderer grabbing their crystals from Thieves Town at the same time, both arriving at 2 crystals apiece.
Indeed. Now, curiously, Adalor did not bother going back to finish Desert, I guess because it is a pendant. But remember what I just said a minute ago, folks. Adalor looks like he's trying to avoid fighting the bosses in pendant dungeons as best he can. That if he gets lucky, that works great. But if any of those bosses have any progressive items on there, that is going to come back to bite him.
Yeah, and but meanwhile, Adalor is giving us our first glimpse at the Palace of Darkness, the Mullet Mansion, famous for its front-loaded item layout.
Yep, most of the keys tend to be towards the front. Most of the items tend to be towards the back. So like any good bullet, it's business in the front, party in the back.
All right, so Logic grabbing second crystal off of Moldorm, tying up with Job and Renderer. Meanwhile, Renderer has ported over, grabbed his first bottle, and I think we're still waiting for that Sick Kid check.
Yep, Sick Kid is still in play. And nobody's in a position to pick it up right now, so we'll have to wait on that.
I mean, somebody, please, if you don't mind, we'd like to see it.
I mean, for all we know, there's our boots waiting for you there. In the meantime, Adalor now going to be paying a visit to everyone's favorite little extortionist, Kiki the Monkey. 110 rupees down the drain, unless he takes a hit, and then it's even more.
And there we go. Just a little cutscene here, and we will be into Palace of Darkness. Meanwhile, Job heading up for their boomerang, and immediately followed by their bottle.
Very good. Oh, we got an Eastern Palace check here. This is a dungeon we forgot about. Eastern Palace does have a few items. Can't full clear it, but we can at least get a couple of the items out of here, so that might be helpful.
It's a solid check, especially because this is one of the the sort of rare scenes where you actually get Lantern pretty early, making all of the checks logically available.
Indeed, the only check we don't get is the is the Armos Knights themselves. So, if, we can at least get 2 items out of this. You definitely, at this point, a couple of items might just be the one you were looking for. We already found the first one, but unfortunately wasn't anything important, so if he finds another item, he's out.
Yeah, at this point, you can't imagine somebody's going to spend a whole lot of time independent dungeon.
Indeed, there's the compass. Professor Renderer now picking up their cane from the Waterfall of Wishing.
Yep, and Job 1 grabbing their fire rod from Bombo's tablet.
A lot of players finally catching up their big plays here.
Well, we've got so we have a couple major variables here still. We've got Turtle Rock as a crystal, meaning that that frost rod is still a problem. And both Turtle Rock and Misery Mire are required, meaning that we have somewhere between 1 and 2 medallions that we need to find. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them.
Indeed, nothing in Eastern Palace, so Adalor is going to have to mirror out. He's going to check Pod now that he's opened that up.
Yeah, so this is a nice, interesting, fresh check that we'll have to see here.
Oh, that's a problem. Early Bicky, and he does not have a potion. He has a bottle, but he does not have a potion, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong. And you need a potion in the bottle for the potion glitch to work, unless he's going to go for a different clip instead.
I know I saw a couple of our runners toss bottles into a fairy fountain. There it is. It's the blue potion.
Oh, never mind. That was my mistake on that one. Oh, look at this. Joe going for Lake Hylia. He's getting his cape. Oh, we just missed Sick Kid. Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
wait.
Sick Kid has him. Das Boot.
What?
One of those.
All right, the Sick Kid clearly is spamming websites on a number of devices to grab those early available Nikes or brand of your choice.
This could be a huge advantage for Professor Renderer here, a chance to really start catching up because now he's got a couple big checks available. Finds nothing in the Font Cave, but we still got King's Tomb. We can mirror out to there once we go to the dark. We can mirror into it. That might still be worth checking.
Yeah, this is oof. Oh wow, this is a lot of variables suddenly opening up here. I mean, Adalor, it seemed like had a bit of an advantage for a while, but still missing those flippers. I mean, if we go through every single runner, they are missing one item of some kind that another runner has. Render about to grab their fire rod.
Indeed. Now, this doesn't open up too much in terms of progression. I mean, yeah, we could, unless there's something in that King's Tomb, that's the big play right now.
I mean, the major thing with the boots is that sort of overworld speed. I mean, we're not just talking stuff like bonk rocks. We're talking about the fact that nobody has seen any evidence of the flute around. So, ability to fast travel is at a premium, even if it is something as simple as just moving quickly across the screen.
Yep, Adalor, I think he's heading to Skull Woods. Yes, he is. And I just had a revelation. Adalor's going to Skull Woods.
With the fire rod.
More importantly, he has 2 other items. The mirror and the book.
Oh.
You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
No, it's it's something that when I was a younger tracker in my youth, I dared not dream of these things. But Yeah, I am.
Adalor, don't you dare disappoint me here.
Perhaps it is the legend.
He's getting his fire rod out. He's probably gonna do the dungeon. He might do. Yeah, he's gonna do take care of Mothula first. But on the way out, you better use that mirror, boy.
Yeah, he's totally gonna do the dungeon. But again, it's that thing. Like, there's at least one medallion. I mean, even if you find the medallion, you're not gonna find the medallion and the ice rod and the flute. And in Adalor's case, the flippers. You're not gonna find that all in one dungeon.
Yeah, you want to check that. Just, on the off chance.
Yeah, just in case.
And if there is something, if there is that miracle of miracles that there's an item on the pad, having that knowledge will be huge. Especially since, well, he's going to get his first pendant, so he'll already be third of the way there. Speaking of, Professor Render are going to head over to take on Landmolus.
Oh, now Render in here with those boots in dungeon. Did we actually get a look at the torch before, or did Adalor hop out before?
I don't know. Chat, help us out there.
I think we had a hop out before confirmation on the torch, or we had a logical ruling out. But either way, Adalor easily knocking out Mothula.
Oh! We got Titan's mitts, so Mothula required. It's a good thing he went back and took care of that, because that would have been bad to leave behind.
So this right here, Ambrosia at its worst/best, depending on your perspective. That is it.
Also, got to give some love to Siri UX in the chat. That Mit's location just bugs me.
Ugh. I mean, all right. I would be more judgmental, but I once had an enemizer seed that I had 5 Mohulas, and I made a really bad.
Wait! Hold on. Thought. So
I would judge.
Get your hype in chat. We got a pet check. What is on the pedestal? Oh.
We got Ped Mitts, which is a solid requirement, and we'll have to see what the pendant itself reveals from Sahasrara. So I mean, can you ask for anything more?
Indeed. Though, chat, can you verify something for me? I noticed that after that, Professor Render did finish off Landmolus. What item did he get? Because I did not see. Yeah, I don't think we saw anything of value there. Oh, wait a minute. Keep your eyes on the Job one. He's going Spike Cave.
All right, come on, Job. Give us something good.
And we got... nothing.
The big 20.
All right, so let's see. We've opened up a few things. Now that we've got those mitts, a few locations have opened up. We've got Dark Death Mountain now in play, minus the Hookshot Cave, because we haven't found the Hookshot proper. We now have the Smith Chain in play, aka the Swordsmiths and the Purple Chests, and technically Magic Bat as well. Plus Peg Cave is in play.
And I am going to correct you there for just a second. While Hookshot, for the most part, is not in play.
All that thought. Ether found in King's Tomb.
Oh. But, Hookshot, while most of it not in play, the first chest in Hookshot is available with those boots.
You are correct. I was going to bring that up, but thank you. Yes, the Hookshot Cave, you can get the first one by bonking. Unfortunately, that is the only chest you can get unless by some miracle the Hookshot just happens to be there, which I don't know if that's actually even possible. Might be.
It might be actually. It should be based on my knowledge of the logic. But yeah, I wasn't trying to step on your toes. I just,
Oh no, you're
I
good.
wanted
You're
to
good.
throw
You're
in
good, man.
some color commentary in the meantime. You know.
Indeed, you got it. You're good. You're good. Don't worry. Takes a lot to actually get me angry. Don't worry.
Oh well, I wasn't trying, but you know.
I know exactly.
If I have to,
you have to really. Yeah, if you're really trying, maybe, but if you're not trying to,
so shade is terrible and direct sunlight is fantastic. I don't know if that's even in the right direction. So we got Adel checking Bonk Rocks here. Is this the first? All right. Well, it's just
no. We've seen
so
Bonk Rocks Cave. It was King's Tomb we hadn't seen for a while, but now we've confirmed that's the Ether Medallion that we've been looking for.
Yeah, unfortunately, still zero information about the actual required medallions. I mean, I think we could get a Turtle Rock check if our runners wanted to go there, but Misery Mire, still a mystery until somebody finds that flute.
Absolutely. Did anyone check Great Desert Ledge? I don't remember seeing it. Maybe someone did. I just missed it.
Somebody must have at this point.
Yeah, you don't skip that. Oh, Desert Ledge wasn't anything. Okay, thank you, Zaraven. And now we're finally getting his flippers. I guess he wanted to wait until he had everything before doing that. You could check all 3 locations in this area.
Yeah, it's good routing with the mirror, and again, Adalor having those mitts. This is the time when it would sort of make a bit more sense to go and check these areas, not really holding them back either, not having the mitts up until this point.
Speaking of the mitts, Logic now heading into the Mothula fight, going to be getting his mitts pretty soon.
All right, so let's see what we've got here still. Let's see. I don't think we have seen the bow anywhere. We are going to need the hook shot at some point, possibly needing an additional medallion, and of course, the fabled ice rod.
And the flute, as we mentioned earlier. So yeah, we've got quite a few items that are still required that are not located yet. But thankfully now we've got those bits. Like I said, a few new checks have opened up. Any one of them could have the items we're looking for.
Yeah, and you know, it's a fun point, and somebody in chat did bring that up. Ice Palace, completely open right now.
There is potential to get locked out unless you know how to run that properly and do the glitches properly. But yeah, it is, if you can, it is full clearable for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. Without hookshot, Ice Palace is technically somewhat logically locked, but aside from that, you know, Ice Palace is one of those things. I believe I saw a seed either earlier this week or last week where somebody, you know, it was the last locationed it, and it lost them the race. It's one of those things people hate to go there. I completely agree with it. And Adalor, while I'm talking about this, doing the Ice Palace dive. There you go.
That is a case of I won't even. It's not a curse or a blessing, but the commentator calling it. That's for sure.
We'll see if it's a curse or a blessing very soon.
Yeah. That's very true. That's the best way to look at it right now. We'll find out if this was a commentator's curse or a blessing in disguise.
Because yeah, when you've got that Samaria for the new fantastic icebreaker glitch, yeah, we'll see very soon.
We got 3 items on here. 2 will be in the treasure chests located throughout the dungeon. The 3rd is guaranteed to be on Cold Stare. Another, again, Ambrosia seed. So he's going to be looking for 2 items and then enough keys to get to the big guy.
That's right. Meanwhile, we've got a nice 4-way split here. We've got somebody in Skull Woods, Desert, Ice, and Palace of Darkness.
Actually, I think Brender is leaving.
Yeah,
he already finished. He already found out he's not nothing there.
Thank you, Renderer, for making my commentary useless. I appreciate it. I'm gonna remind you of that the next time you ping me to do commentary or tracking.
You weren't technically wrong. You were correct that he was at pod. He was on his way out of pod.
It's fair. It's fair. Well, hey, at least he's looking up to get his red mail from Catfish.
That'll be helpful. We found our first item in Ice Palace. Unfortunately, it was just more money. Again, this has been a very rich seed thus far. Normally, I like this room because it's a very specific pattern you have to do. But because we went in the opposite direction, that pattern's kind of broken. There's the big key. Nice to find that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have to worry about the big chest later.
You know, I like the concept of icebreaker, but destroying the sort of rhythm of that room is definitely the major downside to the discovery of that glitch.
Yeah, because normally you'd go in, beat down the pegs, pick up the block, go down, grab the hit the switch to activate the chest, kill the Stalfos, pull the tongue, grab the item, and then head right on out.
Yeah, very, very, very succinctly put, and yeah, that's the way it goes. Job grabbing that little bit of love from Desert Palace.
That's what we missed earlier, but definitely, yeah, like Zarvin mentioned earlier, not much of importance there. Wait, oh, Professor Render must know there's nothing in there. There's the other item in Ice Palace, so Ice Palace having nothing so far. Logic now going to be following suit. They're making their Ice Palace play, so it's down to Cold Stare.
Yeah, you know, this would be the good situation with Ambrosia. You know, Cold Stare easily killable, and we'll drop something.
Yep, doesn't even have to worry about that big chest now. He knows there's nothing there. He doesn't need any more keys. All he has to do is just go down here. Even though he could use the Cane of Samaria for the switch, he's got the block right there. Don't waste the magic.
Yeah, why bother? Just save it up for those fire rod shots.
You're gonna need him, and gets that little extra magic. He's got a full bar. That's exactly what you want, especially since we don't have half magic yet.
Let's see how Adalord treats our cotton candy here.
You know, I just now realized that it does kind of look like a cotton candy with an eyeball on it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, that's totally a thing. I picked that up from like other con people.
How have I never heard this before? I've been doing commentary for years. Never heard of that. But nonetheless, he is definitely slicing through that cotton candy like nobody's business. Took a little bit of health damage there, but he got through and gets just more. This was a very lovey-dovey Ice Palace because that was all we found.
Yeah, not a big deal. You know, between Tempered Sword, Red Mail, Cold Stare, NBD.
And yeah, I think Zarved put it best. If Cold Stare's cotton candy, then we can say that fight was pretty sweet.
Can we get a quick ban on Zaravan, please?
No. I always appreciate good pun masters, my friend. Thank you very much.
But I mean, that's all right. So I like puns too, but you know, we're doing commentary. We're putting on a show for the crowd ourselves, in addition to the runners here doing their thing. And for me, you know, a solid reaction to a pun is that sort of hostile hatred thing. You know, if you're not generating,
that's why I love doing them so much myself.
Yeah, exactly.
If
your puns aren't like riling up the audience, it's not a pun, you know?
Here's the thing. How do you know they're not? You can't see their reactions.
No, but I'm doing commentary, so I get to tell them what their reactions are. I mean, I have so much power here. And who cares what the hell they think? I'm telling them.
Okay, careful there, my friend.
No, it's like, no, Twitch chat, please rise up against me. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't think you're going to. Now I see nothing so far. The Job one taking out Mothula, getting that Titan's mitt.
Considering I'm seeing just as many puns from the chat than reactions to it. Yeah, I think I win this fight, my friend. Meanwhile, Adalor going to be checking out Turtle Rock here. We're going to finally find out what medallion is required for it.
Oh!
It's Bombos. That's what he wanted to say.
Bombos, the Hyrulean pendant of mystery. I'm sorry, medallion of mystery. Oh, that's even better alliteration.
Now he's going to head to Super Bunny Cave. Now Job one seeing the probably for him relief that he doesn't have to worry about Ped. Super Bunny Cave, just a bunch of arrows.
Oh my, that is a lot of needles. All right, so Adalor heading on into Hookshot Cave. Let's see what that single accessible chest is. Yeah, there you go, Adalor. Come on.
You got this. You got this. What is it?
Oh!
Just some more bombs.
Mimicking Hype Cave with more blue checks.
We got enough bombs here to make a Michael Bay movie.
But like, you know, a good like 90s, mid-90s Michael Bay movie, not like a, you know, Transformers nonsense.
Considering how many bombs we got, I could argue that.
I mean, we could make a Transformers movie, but do you want to?
That's the better question.
Continuing with the controversial commentary.
Job one now finally starting the Smith chain. He's going to be turning in good old Jeremiah. And some of you are asking, why do we call him Jeremiah? Well, Jeremiah was the bullfrog, and yes, he was indeed a good friend of mine.
Yeah, this is something like to see. I don't think we've seen anybody attack this area yet, since only a couple of our runners have had Titan's Mitts for more than a moment or two.
Indeed. We're going to see Peg Cave here to start things off on that run. And just more arrows.
So many arrows. Is this Gerudo Valley or something?
Right? Chat saying, I'm trying to think I can get away. Did it sound like I was singing? No, I'm just reading the lyrics, my friend. I know better. You don't want me singing. I know better. No. I am not Dr. Bobtastic.
Yeah, I think everybody knows better than to try to imitate Dr. Bob. That's just a madman's ploy.
Job one finding out that our swordsmiths are actually counterfeiters today as we just got more rupees. More money! More money!
All right, well, now we've got purple check going on. It looks like Job is just going to be running that down with a little save and quit from Link's out.
Makes sense. It'll probably save him more time in the long run since he doesn't have the flute to just flute over there. So this will actually be a bit quicker to just save and quit and transport it this way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we've got... so Adalor is heading into Swamp Palace. It's a play I like. Again, you know, no hookshot yet, but a lot of stuff still open for us.
And with at least 5 items that he can find at the front end of or in Swamp Palace up until... There's a good chance he'll find at least a few of those along the way in the front end.
Yep. So, there we go. Purple chest, just a little piece of love, a little vanilla action there. Oh wait, no, it's a bottle and vanilla.
Yeah.
Who can remember?
It's been so long since I've actually seen a vanilla run of this game. I don't remember, and I'm pretty sure if I watched speed runs of the vanilla game, nobody would get it. Not unless we're doing a 100% run.
I think the first one I did after watching Randomizer, when I went back and just played the vanilla game, I went to certain locations and was sort of a little amazed at like, oh, this is here. I had no idea. But yeah, so Adalor, right now, Swamp Palace. I like this play because Swamp is definitely one of those places you don't want to go if you can't clear it. And there's a lot of room here to find items that could either let you finish Swamp if the hookshot is available here, or just other stuff that let you progress deeper in other dungeons. Indeed.
Let's see what he finds here. Well, there's another bottle. A little useless now, but hey, you know, some free health. We'll take it. But he's going to have to do left side Swamp at this point.
Yeah,
keep your eye on Logic screen right now because he's heading to Pod, but he also has the green pendant from Scotland. Never mind. Made me a liar. Thanks.
You know, it's happened to me so many times. I know exactly what you're feeling like, and not even Pyramid Fairy either. Just completely running away.
What is Logic doing, actually?
It's
Oh, he's going to the shop?
What?
Oh, he's buying a... You're buying the red potion from that shop when I believe it's cheaper at the potion...
For, I'm assuming it's for Pod, but...
Yeah, I get for potion... I get that it's for potion glitch. I get that, but it's like... Really?
Okay, and now we're gonna run away from Pod.
You confuse me. His logic confuses me.
Like, if logic is going to run like 2 pyramid.
Wait, hold that thought, Professor Renderer. Oh, great pendant required. Mothula paying out double time. We found the flute.
Oh, all right. So, I don't want to call myself a witch because I've been called a witch more than enough by other commentators in Twitch chat, but I'm pretty sure I called Swamp or Skull Woods being an item on Mothula.
And then Hector finding the bow in Swamp.
Holy. Oh my gosh. All right. So what are we waiting on here? All right. So we need a hook shot, we need a Bombos medallion, and whatever is on Misery Mire. Oh my.
Indeed. Professor Renderer immediately turning in and activating his flute. So, ladies and gentlemen, the goose is loose!
All right, let's see if Renderer immediately goes to Mire area. Oh yes, Renderer, show us a Quake medallion on Mire, please. Let's get that. Let's get that 100% going. Come on.
Let's find out. You can also check Checkerboard Cave and let's see.
I
couldn't see that.
That was Bombos.
Double Bombos.
Yep, double Bombos.
All right, we're gonna see Mire Shed here. A little bit of love and a little bit of money. But still, I had a feeling like we were running out of checks and even the dungeons were paying off. I'm like, that green pendant's still sitting there. It's got something, doesn't it? What do you know?
I mean, we had Mire open though with the boots, for the bonk.
Yeah. Oh, and hook shot checkerboard.
All right, so that is. I think we don't know where Bombos is. All right, so somebody find Bombos so we can go to no mode at least.
Yeah. We are. Well, no, we still need the ice rod.
Oh my!
We still need the ice rod.
Holy! All right, I'm done. I'm done with this seed. This is. Let's just. Oh, it's just too much.
And this is the kind of stuff I love to see in a randomizer race. Just when you think you've got everything figured out. Oh, wait, there's that one thing you almost forgot about. I still remember one commentary I did with somebody where our runners were like trying to check everything, but they had forgotten they had left, or they had orphaned Big Chest at Thieves Town, and they kept checking everything else, and we were just like, wait, Thieves Town, oh crud. And they just took forever to finally check it, and sure enough, it had the item they were looking for.
I have had that exact seed. Like, I know that we're not talking about the same run, but that exact situation with orphaned Thieves Town Big Chest, you get access early, but there's no hammer, and they just clear it out, and they forget about it. It happens so much. Oh wow! So, so Bombos. I mean, I guess we've got.
Hold that thought! Adalor just found it.
All right, so we are in no mode officially.
No.
And
no.
Oh, ice rod. Jeez.
You keep forgetting about the ice rod.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take a quick walk away because I'm disappointed in myself. Ice rod, always the legendary unknown item, could be anywhere. So yeah, I'll be back later.
To answer your question in chat, Hookshot was in Checkerboard Cave. Oh, now Professor Renderer is in a bit of a trouble here because he may opt to skip Left Side Swamp. And if he does, he's going to miss that bow. That could come back to bite him. So, we'll have to see if he remembers to check Left Side Swamp or if he leaves it behind. And meanwhile, Adalor now heading to the back end of pod. This is where most of the items are, though obviously not all, since we found an early bomb post medallion. Yeah, now the good news is that, yeah, there are 2 technical bows because we've, in more recent versions, we've added progressive bows. So if you find one, you get the bow. Find the other, regardless of which order you find them in, the other one will turn into the silver arrows. So we'll have to see if that gets lucky for him there. And yeah, he's going straight to the boss. He's not even going to check left side swamp. Professor, please remember to go back and check, because you will regret it if you don't. It's the easier of the bows that we know of so far. We don't even know where the other bow is, unless it just happens to be back here, in which case... Oh, there it is! We've got Ice Rod! We are now in no mode! We are not in go mode yet. None of our runners have all of those items, but we are in no mode because we know where they all are. Yeah, to be fair though, I doubt now that Adalor's got that flute, he's not gonna forget about that checkerboard cave. He's gonna check that. He will get his hook shot, and once he does, he will officially be in go mode. So, advantage is going to Adalor, with Professor Render pretty much right behind. Speaking of the hook shot, Job 1 now finding his hook shot in Checkerboard Cave.
Okay, so Adalor has an ice rod. What have you done?
It was in pod.
It's an interesting development because Adalor is the only runner with an ice rod, and also the only runner without a hook shot.
Yeah, but he's got the flute. He's gonna go to Meyer. He's probably gonna check that hook. He's gonna check that checkerboard cave eventually. He's just the checkerboard cave away from go mode. Now the problem I have is again, Professor Render. He's in Swamp Palace. He's already at Argus. In fact, he just defeated Argus. He didn't check left side swamp. If he skips that, he may miss out on his bow.
He'd better not. He was maybe gambling on that left side skip, but as I think it was Christos Owen said, nobody's ever won a race by skipping left side swamp, but plenty of people have lost a race by skipping it. And there we go, Render. There you go.
Good call, my friend.
I mean, with the go mode requirements, I'm a little surprised it was skipped in the first place.
Yeah, well, again, it's one of those things especially with this being an Ambrosia seed, you kind of have to check it because you already know at least one item is going to be on the boss. So, depending on dungeon items you found so far, you're probably better off just checking it anyway. Nonetheless, Adalor now on to Helmisar King. And while we know he doesn't have anything of progression on him, he could still have some other good stuff. We still have half magic out in the field. We still have Butter Sword out in play.
And the silvers.
Powder and the silver arrows should still be in play, which would be very interesting if that's the case. And of course, we could also have our third shield that's still floating around there, though we really don't want that.
Yeah, we have literally one runner who even bothered to pick up a shield. I think Joe picked up the one off of, I think it was Spectacle Rock. And that might have been an accident.
Okay, we had kind of a pseudo sync over there between Job 1 and Professor. Each one of them was opening up one of the floodgates. Just each one was doing a different one, but it was at the exact same time. That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 of our 4 runners in Swamp right now.
Adalor, what are you doing? Oh, he's still looking for the hook shot. He thinks it's on the Armos Knights.
Oh, all right. It's not the worst play in the world, but we're giving a little bit of room for our other runners to catch up here.
Yeah, this is what I call Not a bad call, just the wrong call. Because we know he doesn't, they're not there. But logically speaking, if you're in Adalor's shoes, this is a good call to make. Because yeah, it's right there, it's a quick check. You just get right through it. And if it doesn't have anything, you're not losing that much time. So in truth, it's not a bad idea. It's just, we know it's not going to work out very well for him.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that Adalor is still the only runner with a bow. So
you might want to change that. Professor Renderer just grabbed his.
All right, so mid-sentence. But
In
aside,
fact, so did logic. So yeah, your argument just got completely destroyed there. Sorry.
Damn it. All right, so aside from that, all right. All right, I'm just gonna stop talking again for another couple minutes, since that seemed to that worked out last time, and Adalor found the ice rod. So, but speaking generally, yeah, if you've got the bow and you're in the area, you've got the mirror. It's a hard sell not to go in, clear the dungeon, and you don't have any option other than to clear the dungeon when you're in an Ambrosia seed, and this is the sort of Ambrosia paradox.
Indeed. Goes back to one of my favorite sayings when it comes to the randomizer. It's about what routes you take, what gambles you make, and which ones pay off. And in this case, routing wise, he's doing the right route. But at the end of the day, it's just not paying off for him.
Yeah, and Adalor keeping track of item counts, knowing that the big chest is not going to have anything of interest because the last item is going to be on the Armos Knights.
Yep, and now everyone's got their bow. Also, one of my good buddies in the chat been about a lot of you've been suffering a lot from a little thing I like to call foot and mouth disease.
All right, look, I don't know who that person is, and frankly, I don't know who you are. I mean, you're just this dude in Discord that's arguing with me a lot. Commentary isn't easy, all right? Mistakes happen.
I know.
Mistakes happen.
Trust me, I'm just as guilty of it myself on many occasions. I'm not saying.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna sit here on Twitch chat in front of however many number of people and be sassed by you or anyone else, sir.
Anyway, Adalor taking on the Armos Knight. Of course, we don't have silver arrows. Gonna have to do the hard, but it does it very quickly. And yeah, just 10 arrows.
It was a very nice, clean fight. Not even activating the red Armos, and also doing one of those things I'd love to see, where you mirror out before you actually collect the pendant, because you don't need it.
Nope. The only reason, you got the item, you don't need the pendant. We know Ped's dead, so yeah, let's get out of there. We don't need that. You don't need that garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and not to call out the trackers, since, I've been called out on commentary here, but should Eastern Palace really be checked off on the tracker? Should it?
Is it technically true? I don't know.
A shout out, as always, to trackers, everybody behind the scenes. Everybody's volunteering here to do stuff, keep everything together, and we all love it, despite what it might sound like on the stream. So don't clip us sassing each other too much, please.
We're just having fun here. It's all good fun. All right, Adalor now, he's going to flute straight to Meyer. Is he going to check checkerboard? If he checks checkerboard, go-mo time. If he doesn't, well, we're just going to have to
he's got to, right? Because this is standard route. Yeah, there you go. You got the boot sprint up north. You're going to sidle over, check Bombos, head into the shed, check it out, find out it's nothing, head out of the shed, sprint over to checkerboard. I mean, it's the standard route.
It is. All right. Of course, finding nothing in the Meyer shed, as we know. Everyone else is pretty much taking care of Pod at this point, except for Job, who took out Swamp House, and he's going. He's going. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Did Professor Render get the Bombos tablet medallion?
Yeah, he got it.
Well then, Professor Renderer beat him to it! Ladies and gentlemen, check your phones, your watches, your timekeeping devices at this time. You will find that both Professor Renderer and Adalor are officially in Go Mode time.
Boom, boom.
That's a first for me having to do two people at the same time in Go Mode.
Yeah, I honestly, I was also not really paying as strong attention as I should have to Renderer over there. But
well, it's
hey,
because I can explain why. Because Adalor has pretty much been running the seed the entire time. He's been ahead of everybody, but so we didn't notice that Renderer had been slowly creeping up on him and grabbing that hook shot. Plus, he still has Ice Palace to do. So even now, Adalor's got the lead.
oh yeah, no, I totally agree. I was just gonna say I didn't notice because I was busy yelling at you.
Oh well, thanks.
I mean, these things happen. It's better to just acknowledge them out in the open.
Yeah. Now, chat's saying that Renderer has the lead, or Zarvin saying that Renderer has the slight lead because of Swamp Palace for Adalor, but Swamp Palace is gonna be a lot quicker than Ice Palace. So yeah, I'm still giving the advantage to Adalor on this one.
Yeah, it's of the two, definitely. Yeah, you want to go mode that swamp.
All right. Nope. Well, no true Godmire this time around. Big Key not where we want it to be. Yeah, now chat asking if anyone else knows about Bombos being the Turtle Rock Medallion. That's probably, yeah, that's not something they know. But let's be honest here. They're going to have to go up there eventually. When they do, they're going to find out, and it's not going to be a big deal for them. So, especially for a Renderer, it's not something he's going to be worried about at this point. He's I'm pretty sure he already knows he's got what he needs.
Yeah, after this, I mean, Renderer is gonna have to. Ooh, it's gonna be hard for him to not go to Ice Palace, Mire, and up to Turtle Rock.
That's the end of pod there for Professor Renderer. Nicely done.
Adalor having a bit of a close shave there on the left side of Mire with his magic meter.
He's definitely going to grab the magic potion in here because he needs to make sure he has full fire rod power when going upstairs. And both Logic and Gob1 are going to be getting into Go mode here very soon because they're all both in pod, and the two items and the last item they need is right there. In fact, Logic is now in Go mode. Still no big key for Adalor. It's buried deep. It's buried in a very odd spot. It looks like. I think worst case scenario will be in the chest, in that small chest next to the big chest.
And let's see here. Remind me, where was the ice rod?
Pod. It was I forget the name of that room. There it is. Oh, Harmless Hellway. Thank you, chat. Yeah, it was in Harmless Hellway.
Ah. All right, because I see Job is about to grab it. There we go.
There it is, right there. So all of our runners, all four of our featured runners are all in Go mode.
So we have looks like Logic and Job 1 both have the the same dungeons to complete.
Yeah, which actually might help them catch up to Adalor because they've already completed Swamp and Ice Palace. So they just, once they finish up Pod, all they have to do is take care of Mire and Turtle Rock. I don't know if they'll be able to take the lead, but it will definitely help them catch up very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to find out, especially since Mire hasn't been, it's not the world's fastest Mire, and Adalor it has succeeded in doing the. I'm not sure what the formal title is of that Mire glitch.
All right, on to Vitreous here for Adalor.
Going with the Cane of Burna dash strats. Very understandable with that Tempered Sword.
Yeah, and since he doesn't have Cape, Cape uses a little less magic and usually is the preferred way to do it, but this will certainly do the job.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely the preferable alternative to not having Cape. Meanwhile, Logic of the Logic Job 1 pair getting to Helmosaur King first.
Indeed, though, Job not very far behind here. And that's crystal number 5 for Adalor.
So yeah, I mean, we are into a point of the seed where at this we are just looking on the execution of our runners here, see who can who's going to be the fastest at burning through these dungeons and taking out these bosses.
Indeed. Adalor now heading back to Swamp. He needs to finish that one up. Now, this won't be too long, but it will take some extra time for him to catch this back up. And again, Logic and Job are going to be heading straight to Mire from here. They're going to want to go... Well, actually, no. Logic's going to suck up on potions. Still, that's a quick... No. What's he doing? Oh, he's using up his red potions so he can just buy a bunch of blue ones. Good call. Good call. I like that logic.
Yeah, without half magic definitely makes sense when you've got that Fire Rod, as most runs require Fire Rod. Being able to use that to trigger the torch glitch.
Also, look at Professor Render. He defeated Cold Stare without even breaking the shell.
Wait, what just happened?
It's a graphical glitch. The shell was gone, but it didn't disappear off screen.
Wow, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because that was extreme blindness on my part.
Yeah, it's one of those rare graphical glitches you see in these kind of runs. I've seen tons of graphical glitches like that come up, so I think this is the first time I've seen that specific one, but not the first time I've seen kind of those weird graphical glitches.
It's actually one of the really cool things about the fact that this is, it's an SNES game, and I have a lot of friends that have no idea that SNES games run at 60 frames per second. It's not something that they really think about. If you were to ask somebody, oh, what does an 8-bit game run at? And they'd be like, oh, 30 frames per second. No, it's actually 60, despite the fact that it's older technology. Adalor doing a little diver down here.
It's going to save him a lot of time on that one. The more time you save, the better, especially since he's pretty much got the lead here. Because like I said, this Swamp Palace play is not going to take very long for him to catch up. And he's going to be on his way to Turtle Rock. He'll be on his last dungeon very soon. Because we know that Logic and Job are going to have to take a while. And Professor Render, they're going to have to take a while to find that key. The key's location is something that's near the end of their check. So it's going to be a minute. Basically, this is Adalor's race to lose at this point.
Yeah, that was an excellent run through the latter half of Swamp Palace there for Adalor. Tempered Sword giving the single swing kill of the Argus puffballs, which I'm sure have a fancy technical name. I'm not sure I believe you there, Zarevin. And there we go, 6 of 7 for Adalor.
Job just now getting the big key. He's on his way to Vitreous.
This is oof situation you got.
It's a close race. I mean, Adalor's got a pretty distinct lead, but he's not like super far ahead. And then we've got a near neck and neck battle for second place between Job, Logic, and Renderer. Like, it is close.
Yeah, like we're talking not even just a side of GT for the sake of the big key, but if the silvers. Yeah, if the silvers are somewhere on one side of GT that another runner misses, could be a big deal.
Or if it's something where all of them are guaranteed to find it, it could literally just come down to execution.
That's true. We'll have to see if at this point we need silvers to be either in GT or in a TR chest that all of our runners are going to be checking until they hit the point where they have enough small keys to finish the dungeon.
Well, to be fair, Zarvin, I'd call that more of a blessing if they can all get it, so yeah.
I mean, if everybody's going to get silvers, I think it's a hard sell for anybody but Adalor at this point.
Oh yeah, as soon as I said execution, Adalor dropped off the ledge heading to Death Mountain. Or heading to Turtle Rock. Alright, so here we go. Turtle Rock time for Adalor. Right as Job is taking on Vitreous. So he'll actually be the second runner right behind him. It won't be long. And Renderer right. Oh wow, look how close they are.
And Logic is about to enter the boss room.
Yeah, they're literally within a minute apart from each other.
Yeah, we now have 3 runners in the boss room at the same time.
Yeah, the one's getting ready to head out, but you're still correct.
Well, yeah, I know. That's why I said it. God.
All right, so let's see Adalor's side here. Gonna check our first chest. God, Turtle Rock!
All right, let's. Oh my!
Wow.
Job
You still gonna have to dig for some more keys because you want to have enough small keys to get through the dungeon, but still.
I mean, Job is even following in his footsteps enough to go grab potions.
This is gonna literally come down to whether or not we find enough keys to avoid Laser Bridge. Try to go for the invincibility frames with hook shot, but missed his target there. Nope. Well, there's our small key. And now all 3 of our other runners are on their way to Turtle Rock at roughly the same time.
Wow, this is really gonna come down to GT, isn't it?
It's gonna come down to the wire, man. This is the kind of race that we live for when it's this close.
I mean, this is, I am really... Oh, look at that. Right there. Right there. Look at that.
Oh.
Adalor. Oh, my goodness. You can't afford those seconds.
You cannot afford to be missing, falling off cliffs there.
Yeah, you miss one, you turn around, and then you get knocked off. Oh, my goodness. That is just... Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, because you've got Renderers right on your heels now.
But yeah, speaking of falling off of things, I mean, I'm sure
Ooh, that was clever. That was a clever use of the Cane of Samaria, hitting one switch, getting into position, and then when the other switch hits, he's already set up. That, I've never seen that done before. That is genius.
It was an excellent setup.
Just look at the fact all three of our runners opening GT at the same time.
No,
yeah, Zarvin is right. This is a hype race right now.
I mean, I'm hoping that we hit a contest for first place in GT, or even further along in Total Rock. But right now, for second place, wow, this is, whew.
Adalor wisely not checking Vanilla big key chest since he's already got that, and he's just gonna save that key, try to reduce the chances of having to do Laser Bridge. Probably gonna skip Mimic Cave while he's at it. He's probably just gonna go straight to the right. Oh nope, he's gonna go around.
I mean, Mimic Cave at this point is a play if you absolutely want the silver arrows and you're trying to just rule out every possible location.
Yeah. Nope, he's just skipping it completely. He's just going right for the big chest.
Not shocking. I mean, you've got red mail, you've got a tempered sword. You got to be feeling the heat here as we're starting to push into the latter half of the second hour of the season.
Indeed. Now, if there's a key in here, he could skip Laser Bridge altogether. Nope, Red Meringue! Laser Bridge on play.
So, it'll be interesting to see because I know that I have seen some runners that they like to do Laser Bridge in reverse. And if silvers somehow end up here on Laser Bridge, I know I'm stretching a little bit here because Pet is dead, and we're trying to find something else to happen.
Yeah, always looking for that last bit of trollage.
I mean, you've gotta. I mean, it's like the sort of like the Mario Kart rule for randomizer.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we find. What's Adalor gonna do? He's going right for the first chest. Nope. Big 20. Very good. Very good execution dodging these laser shots. Gotta be very quick. There's some love. A little extra health going in. Won't hurt. Just number 3.
Good stun there.
It's on the last chest. If he had done the reverse play like you had said, he would have already been through and would have lost nothing in the process.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a super common play, but I've definitely seen it by runners. They just dash through, kill the red octo guy thing, whatever it's called, and do Laser Bridge in reverse.
I've seen that plenty of times myself. Ooh, nice setup here. Gonna go for the double switch. Good. Nice. Nicely done.
Second best Samaria play in the game.
Indeed. And with that combined with a very clean Laser Bridge run there from him, Adalor is definitely pushing his lead a little bit at a time. These aren't going to be big leads, but every little bit helps when it's this close.
Yeah, Adalor, as you already said, it's his race to lose, and at this point, it's just a question of securing the lead over the other runners. Whereas they have a bit more of an active sort of role in seeing where exactly they fall down in the positions.
Nicely done so far on Trinex here. Take a little bit of a hit, but oh, nice switch. Oh, quick kill complete.
He got
that is exactly what he needs right now. And what is that? What is our big snake lit turtle thing? Just some arrows. Not what he wanted.
Yeah, not the boat related item we wanted.
Indeed. Also, I have just found out that, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first place winner. Koi has taken first place with an official time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Congratulations, Koi, on this seed.
And literally right behind him, Orange takes second place with 144.38.
So, hey, chat, if you don't know, we have a little game that is going for about the end of this sentence or so.
Oh, they've got their guesses
Put your guesses in chat between 1 and 22 for where you think the GT Big Key is going to be. It's about 3 more seconds here on the restream, so rush in those answers. 1 and 22. Shades, where do you like to see that big key?
I'm always number 13 myself.
Number 13, man. I'm gonna go with I'll go with Bob's chest. I feel like Bob's chest always needs somebody to throw in for it. Guesses are closed. There's no bot, so you don't actually get anything other than us, doing
other than
quick
just bragging
shout out.
rights. Let's see what we got here. For number 1, another heart. Number 2, small key. I was about to say, if he'd opened up that middle door, that would have been bad, because I've seen that door there on the left has cost runners. I've seen it.
So we've got Renderer is doing the reverse laser bridge, except for the falling down. Come on,
Professor. But it's a lot of go to get the key ahead of time, so he's already on his way. He's got second place in his hands right now. All right, let's see what Alor finds here. We're up to chest number 3 coming up here soon. Oh, these Gibdos not playing nice. All right, number 3, the big 20. Number 4, bombs. Number 5, a little bit of love. Number 6,
the powder.
A little useless at this point, but hey, we could always take out some anti-fairies or some bunny beams.
So
back up.
Having an interesting number of our runners going through laser bridge in reverse or partial reverse. Renderer has his key, but it's still going through laser bridge.
Another small key. So let's see. 2, 6. That's number 7. Oh, Logic and Renderer both taking deaths.
Well, I think Renderer died on laser bridge, and he was there already. So yeah, not a big deal for him.
Yeah, they both opened up the back door, which was a good call. But that just gives Job a chance to get ahead of them there. So he's pushing for second here. Number 8, Butter. Number 9, 50 rupees. Number 10, Compass. Number 11, just a small heart. All right.
Let's see what we got on chest number 12 here in the fire bar room.
Yep, number 12.
Oh,
Big key, I was 1 off. Number 12. And actually, it's our tracker Jinxie Girl who I think got it right.
There's no hacks, no nepotism. That was just legit calling it out.
And that's the first time for her. She's loving that feeling right now. Can't blame her. I remember the first time I finally got it right after like 100 tries. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of that, we've got a high five explosion Trinex going on here. We got
synchronized Trinex going on here between Logic and Renderer.
All right, so everybody, let's see. Silvers, GT. You thinking we might see that?
It's a long shot at this point. I mean, we still had quite a few chests on the left side we never checked. So unless Adalor wants to check these upcoming chests at the top of the tower, I wouldn't hold my breath. Like, the odds are not exactly very high.
I have seen on, I think, a single seed.
Wait, Renderer's checking Hookshot Cave.
Wow, interesting choice.
He must be looking. He must want those silvers going into GT. If it's here, which it isn't.
Maybe he thinks a butter sword might be there.
He's guaranteed getting butter sword before he gets his big key, so he's not worried about that. I think he wants silvers.
I mean, he doesn't know he's going to get butter, but I don't know. I'm just trying to guess here, man.
Now, most of our runners, they don't really need butter sword. Like the difference in power fighting Ganon between butter and tempered is minuscule at best. No, you're wanting silvers to avoid having to do spin slashes.
I'm just trying to speculate here. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, man.
I know. I'm just giving you my input because I've done enough of these commentaries. I know how this stuff works.
But yeah, no, I have seen rooms, particularly I think the most tragic one is the tile button room before Moldorm, when some runners choose to take it and other runners skip it, and silvers are just right there, and you literally walk right next to the tile and you just choose not to pick it up, but there it is.
Now, Adalor's got to be a little careful here. He's only down to about 3.5 hearts right now, so I would not be surprised if he goes for the fairy that's coming up here.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Adalor, he's got enough magic for the whiz robes, so yeah, there you go.
Oh, missed completely. That is not what he wants. Well, he gets another heart, so that's a little better, but not by much. Yeah, I think... Oh, no, actually, he's already past the cannon room where the fairy is. He's going to have to be very careful going forward.
So missing those whiz robes and then getting swatted by the spikes.
Oh, he got his potion, and he needed it anyway because he was out of magic, too, so he needed it for the torch room.
Might as well use it now and use it for the fire rod shots to increase the speed of the movement through this room. Makes a excellent amount of sense.
Ooh, almost missed that. Thankfully, the door's now closed, so he's good. He can just grab that magic bottle. Oop, takes a little hit from the laser beam there, but
I was gonna say don't go on despawning the tower there.
Yeah, for those who don't know, if you go up the stairs at the exact moment the door reshuts itself, it will despawn every enemy up here on this floor, and that includes Aghanim. So you kind of have to leave and reset everything. Not fun. Okay, so Adalor did skip those 2 chests up there, up in that last room. He's gonna check this one. Is he will he check the inevitable conclusion?
I mean, he's got to if you just check that one. And I mean, to me, this is always an interesting choice. You choose to check that chest right there, but you skip the 2 previous chests. There's no significant difference.
Trolldorn 2 strikes!
Gravity, ladies and gentlemen, is a thing.
He's up for blood.
This is what, you hate to see it, but you love to see it.
Pretty much. Also, while we've been talking, we did have 2 other runners finish up. Tennis Dude takes 3rd place with 147.53, and Nika takes 4th with 148.57.
All right, so our Moldorm 2 chest, just a map. So if the silver,
that's the worst.
Yeah, if our silvers are easily on the path to Ganon, they're going to be in that room that Adalor skipped. We will have to see if anybody else decides to stop in there. Meanwhile, Job had a little bit of difficulty with the first Wizrobe room and doing a little bit better with the second Wizrobe room in the Gauntlet.
Ooh, nice triple there to start things off for Adalor on Aga 2.
Excellent lineup.
You can get another one of those. This could be real quick. Oh, no, almost, but that was counted as a double, but he only needs 1 more. And he got it. 3, 2, 1, down goes Aga 2, and now it's time for the big pit. Ah, what a race this has been.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's our Ganon fact today?
Makes sense.
Okay.
All right, so Job checking out at least one of our chests, and here we go, the second one. Oh,
Nope.
no silvers.
That means they're probably buried somewhere further into Ganon's tower on the back, on the left side that we didn't get to see, because there was a ton of chests we missed. All right, Adalor already on to phase 3. Very quick fight with Butter Sword here, and with Red Mail going to be very easy to do. Might consider going for Torch Glitch here because he does not have half magic, and he's going to have to do spin slashes, which is going to be tricky. We'll find out where those silver arrows are here in just a moment, because Ganon will hint at where they are.
I think absolutely a torch glitch, possibly started with a lantern.
They are in Ganon's tower.
What?
They are on the left side of Ganon's tower. Oh, he missed the torch glitch.
Oh. All right, so that is going to put Adalor in Lantern Hell, basically, here in this Ganon fight.
Yeah. So, for those of you who are unaware, when you do not have silver arrows, the only way you can actually damage Ganon is right before he teleports. There's a brief window, like a brief frame, like a frame or two window, where you can actually hit him, and only with a spin slash. It is a very tricky thing to do. Now, thankfully, with Butter Sword, it won't take super long, but it will be a pain. Especially since he's going to have to keep relighting those torches. 12 hits with Butter Sword.
Yeah, as we can see here, Adalor has an excellent rhythm going, but even with that, is only averaging 1, maybe 2 spin slashes per cycle. Now, if one of our other runners, it's going to be a close shave, but if Job could possibly nail that torch glitch and can use the fire rod to remotely activate the second torch, I don't know. I mean, Adalor, I think, is still going to have to do a fall at this point.
Yeah, he's got a pretty pretty wide margin here.
Adalor has
come
been
down
executing very well, leaving very little. In fact, I think it's safe to say at this point, basically 0 margin of error.
Yeah, not in minuscule margins, I'd say, for sure.
I mean, yeah, Adalor has been going with Lantern Glitch, has an excellent number of slashes already, would have to fall off the platform.
Oh! Missed that one. He's got to be close. He's got to be close.
Yeah, I think within somewhere between 1 and 3 slashes.
Easily.
There
and
we
there
go.
it is! We got bacon! So now all Adalor has to do is go through the door, and he'll be finished before God can even get into it. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Adalor has taken 5th place with official time of 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 42 seconds.
All right, so the Job one, which is the pronunciation I've officially settled on, going on with Torch Glitch and Fire Rod.
Indeed. Oh, and he takes a death.
Oh, a double death on our right side.
Oh, he's got a fairy. He's got a fairy.
Look at that supernatural afterlife high five.
Yeah. Oh, they're different parts of the fight, but still close enough.
Logic turning their nose up at that post-Moldorm 2 chest.
Well, we know there's nothing in there anyway, so he's not doing himself any harm there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, how is Logic going to feel when Ganon says, "Did you find the arrows in my tower now?"
All right, we got 2 more runners finishing up. Taco taking 6th place with 158.54, and Fred, a.k.a. Durf, taking 7th place with 158.59.
Oh, Professor Render down to 1 heart again. I don't know if he has another fairy.
God takes a fall!
Oh, Job!
Job taking a fall, and Renderer right on his heels, and Logic right behind. That could cost him second place, or well, it could cost him second place on the featured runners.
I mean, Renderer right now, I think, has a potion and is trying to save it for more for the magic than the health.
Yeah.
So, very dangerous position.
Yes, he's pushing it very close.
I'm sure if we had his audio up, it would be the terrifyingly fast klaxon.
Oh, God. Yeah, we don't need that.
Doing very good setups, though, Renderer. Logic.
Logic now in the fight. Like, it's going to come down between him and Job, down to the literal wire. And I believe we've just been joined by Adalor, who is in the call with us. Adalor, GG, my friend.
GG, what a seed that was.
Amen to that. And just as you finish, Professor Render has just gotten bacon. He is now going to be entering the room. What a rate. Yeah,
wow.
I don't know if you realize how close you guys have been this entire race.
Has it really been that close?
All three of the Renderer just finished, and the other two are literally at the Ganon fight as we speak.
Okay, wow.
And Professor Renderer has now finished in 8th place with 2 hours and 49 seconds.
Yeah, so basically, you were the first one of our 4 featured runners into go mode, but the other 3 runners all hit go mode within about 30 seconds of each other.
Okay. So what you're saying is if I hadn't made the silly plays that I did, I would have been a good chunk farther ahead.
You know,
I did some silly things. Going back into Eastern was really silly, but I was like, I don't know, I'm feeling something about it. There's been a lot of stuff in Pendant Dungeons. Why not one more? And my second mountain trip was kind of goofy too. Those are the 2 things if I were thinking better, I would be like, don't do those. But other than that, I felt like I played it pretty well. Like, for the most part, the choices all just kind of fell together, and like perfect time to go get the glove off of Moth, and the flute was just like also perfectly timed. I'm really glad Hookshotless Swamp played out, because I was like, oh man, if this has nothing in it, I'm gonna feel like way behind.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned Eastern Palace, because you were the only one of our runners to finish out Eastern Palace, but every other runner finished Desert Palace.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't mean to interrupt, but it looks like we've just got another finish going on here. The Job one is going to the doors as we speak and takes 9th place with 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds. And it looks like we won't have to wait long for the other, because Logic just got bacon. Almost 30 seconds apart between those two, as Logic now goes to the doors and finishes in 10th place with 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 2 seconds.
Yes, GG's to all of our restream runners, but especially, wow, the fact that Job, Professor Renderer, and Logic all were fighting their last few bosses within, like, at the same time, literally.
Yeah, speaking of the Job one, he joins us here in the call. Good GG, my friend.
Hey, Job GG, and can you confirm if it's Job or Gob?
Gob, and thank you, and woo, lads. Yikes.
You have no idea how close the 4 of you were in our featured runners. Like, it was within minutes of each other.
Oh man, that Ganon fall was so sad. My Ganon sucks. I know it, but that's fun. But that's my worst part. That's something I have to work on for sure, is my Ganon execution.
Yeah, I missed my torch glitch, and despite knowing that I really needed to get it, because I had no magic refills, no half magic, so I was like, I'm just gonna hit him so he can't knock me off of the torch. I'm gonna spam the lamp, and I still missed it. So that threw off my whole timing, and I was like going back and forth lamplighting, getting singles on each phase. It was gross, but I'm just glad it didn't fall, because that would have been the worst.
I think I actually legitimately had one hit left, and I ran out of magic because I was failing triples left and right. And I drank my bottle, and then he knocked me off, and I knew it was gonna happen too.
Gross.
I was just hammering that up button. I'm like, please, no, not like this.
Oh, that's
Well, that was fun though.
When you
This
go
was
to
like
the
my
menu,
third race ever.
yeah, like
So I'm
when you
pretty
go to your
happy
menu,
with that.
drink a bottle, and you can see the knockback coming. You're like, oh, please no.
Yep. Yeah. Death is upon us. Yeah, it was fun though. Holy, it was pretty gross. Honestly, I'm not a seed aficionado, but that was pretty gross in my opinion.
Yeah, there were some. The progression was certainly in some interesting places.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, I know you got all four of you were taking forever, like at the halfway point. Like I think it was the bits was the one item that was really holding you guys back.
Mm-hmm.
At one point,
It really was. And then, like, once I got the fire out, I'm like, I'm going straight for Skull Woods because I don't
Yep.
care that it's a pendant. I'm like, there's 2 items in there plus the green pendant. And the green pendant was the flute, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that was like,
Yeah.
wow. Could not have been happier that I did that dungeon in full.
It's pretty gross, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, Skull Woods with all of the value this seed.
No kidding.
Value Woods, baby.
But yeah, it just I'm still just blown away. Like we were just starting to see little by little how close you guys were to each other by the end. Because like by the Adalor got go mode or Adalor and Renderer pretty much got go mode at the same time. I think Renderer was slightly ahead by that point, but he still had Ice Pals to do. Adalor, you still had Swamp at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But when Logic and Gob got go mode pretty much right next to each other, they both literally only had Meyer and Rock left.
Okay.
Yeah, that was nice to finish off that way.
Yeah. Were there different go mode items then between us?
Not really, no. You guys were pretty much down to what was the 2 items in pod, the Bombos Medallion and the Ice Rod.
Yeah,
that was pretty much
because mine was
go-mode. Yours was hook shot.
Yeah, it was my
I
hook
remember
shot
that,
in the in checkerboard. Yeah, it's like okay, so we had
Where
different,
was
different routes there.
where was the powder? I would have loved to have that. I'm such a noob.
It was
I
in
rely
GT.
heavily on the safeties.
It was in GT.
Was
Also,
it,
we have
On the
Logic
right when
joining.
I got handed.
All right.
No, it was.
Don't mean to interrupt, guys, but we have Logic joining us here at the call. Logic, GGD,
Thank you. I hope you can hear me.
loud and clear.
GG.
Awesome.
Happy birthday, by the
Powder.
way.
Thank you.
Oh, happy
Yeah.
Super nice, my friend.
My first race, my first 10th place race, awesome. And I honestly did better than I thought I would. I only lost by like 20 minutes. That's not too bad.
If it makes you feel better, you didn't see this, but you guys were like very close.
Well, I don't know if it didn't quite feel that way since I lost by 20 minutes, but I guess that's probably just down to execution. I feel like I made a ton of mistakes. I actually played considerably worse than I usually do, if you can believe that.
You won the restream, bro. That's all that counts.
Well, let's put it this way. Let's see. Between you and Adalor, there's about, I want to say, 6 minutes difference.
5 and change. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 and change.
Oh man, that was some crazy stuff in this seed. I don't know, like was it bottle or is shovel leads to bottle leads to like sick kid turn in for boots? Was that it?
Yes.
Yep.
Right on the money.
Yeah, it was. I was going all over. I was thinking like, okay, is it I'm just gonna do my South Shore route and go over to Ice Cave and maybe it's there and. Then I get the flippers, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe go to I fake flipper. That's right, I fake flippered and died, and because that guard gave me really bad RNG, and just sniped me. Sometimes he's a jerk, but then I checked the Saha's closet and like everywhere, and it's like did I get the hint wrong? Is it in a dungeon or something? Because I was behind at the beginning because my emulator crashed like right when the race started. And I was really in a hurry because I was like 40 seconds behind from the get-go. And finally I got those boots. It's like, I don't know, 45 minutes into the race.
Yeah, this one gave all you guys a lot of trouble. We were seeing that as we go throughout, but it was interesting to see the kind of routes you guys were taking, some of the moves you guys made. And again, the fact that you guys came as close as you did together just made it. It was an intense watch. If nothing else, it was hype watching how close you guys were.
At least we entertained the people.
Yes.
Are you not entertained, crowd?
Are you not entertained?
Well, again, this was my first race. I guess my first time getting restreamed, so that's exciting.
Yeah, same, buddy. Nice.
Everyone
Good job.
gets-
Holy wow. Well done.
Gets to see how bad I am.
Oh, please. You're not that bad. I've seen worse. I've seen much worse from like top runners too. So don't ever sell yourself short.
I kept doing a bunch of things where I was like panicking, and I don't normally do that when I'm just playing by myself. And I guess it's just because I was on stream. I don't know.
I did the same thing a couple times. It just absolutely brain farted completely out of my mind, thinking this is why am I doing this right now? This is not how I play this game. So
Right.
it seems like it's probably natural.
At least I didn't forget where the, I didn't forget there was an item on a boss ever. I was counting items in my head, and I
I did. Skull Woods, I went through the whole thing, forgetting there was an item on the boss.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, I try to always do Skullwoods backwards in Ambrosia.
Yeah.
Back to front.
In Ambrosia, I never go into Skull Woods until I get Fire Rod, unless it's really late and I'm feeling desperate. I put it off until I can go straight to the back.
Oh, see, that's good to know. Yeah, I went there without the fire rod right away, so I just.
Oh, okay.
I think I got bombs in the second chest and just kept going. I realized like 30 minutes later, I'm like, wow, I must have looked really dumb continuing to go through there.
I think we were too focused on a whole bunch because you guys were all over the place by that point, so we were too focused on it to realize that that's what was going on.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good.
don't worry.
Okay. Fantastic.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
fair
to. I'm gonna have to watch this back later.
Yeah, just saying.
I think you'll enjoy it. We had some fun with you guys. The good kind of fun. Not the evil fun. Good.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I know. I'm probably way more critical of myself than you guys were. But
Yeah.
Well,
Because-
We were too busy snarking at each other half the time.
that is true. But yeah, don't sweat the small stuff too much, you guys. I mean, if it was your first time on Restream, it was fantastic. I mean, it was literally the last 30% of the seed was this incredible three-way race, and it was fantastic to watch.
Absolutely. So
what did the end come down to then?
it was literally just mostly execution from you guys because that's how close it was. It was literally come down to just making the right plays. Adalor had a pretty strong enough lead and he had a solid Ganon fight for the most part, aside from the torch glitch.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a solid fight, so that's the only reason why he ended up topping the four of you. But the rest of you guys, it was just down to simple execucation that made the difference.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
you guys were
I
all
get
in.
it fell for the people, so that's my plan. Make it interesting.
It's a
Mission accomplished.
noble thing. But yeah,
So let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Any final thoughts from any of you guys before we call it a night?
GG to everybody. Thanks for the comms and trackers, guys.
This was a lot of fun. I hope I get to do it again. My work schedule interferes with this. I was supposed to be working when this was going on, but I managed to get out of it. So yeah, I hope I get to do this.
Yeah, GG's indeed. This is actually my first time doing one of the SG dailies, and I was kind of surprised to end up on the restream, but this is actually a lot of fun. I'm glad it just worked out to be a well-played seat.
Indeed. Well, thank you guys so much. If you guys enjoyed all four of our runners, make sure you give them all a follow on Twitch. Adalor, the Goblin, Logic, and of course Professor Render, and of course shout out to our trackers Zaraven and Jinxie Girl. Always give them appreciate them as well, and of course myself and my co-commentator Tao Decay. Tao, it has been an honor and a pleasure to work with you, my friend.
Shades, it has been an absolute pleasure to do commentary with you as well. Thank you again to all of our runners and our other support staff running behind the scenes, keeping this stuff going. Please give a follow to Speed Gaming 2 through 6, and ALTTP Randomizer and ALTTP Randomizer 2 through 5. Thank you all for hopping in and watching our daily race here on Speed Gaming. I have been Tao Decay. And if you guys are interested in more rando action, I think we've probably got another race for you tomorrow. So I'll see you then.
Indeed. And on behalf of everyone here at the Speed Gaming family, my name is The Shades, and we will see you guys next time. Rock on!